I also see many of you interested in learning new skills, like learning new subjects. You could be like curious around themes that you also could see like could end up benefiting you and your future. I see you seeking like information, or this motto of power, knowledge is power. So whatever it is that you feel drawn to know more about, I also see that being a positive source for you in March. Some of you, it's also about learning more of your own like spiritual sense of self, mission, purpose. There's something about you being drawn perhaps to more spiritual subjects. You might want to know more about your birth chart, astrology, how to use astrology to your benefit, how to use any kind of techniques or knowledge, again, spiritual concepts, to then benefit you and in your life or in the areas of life you have been struggling. And I see for those of you feeling attracted to know more about it or learn more about it, it will work well. It's about, again, giving a step that usually you wouldn't. And many of you, it has to deal with information and knowledge. Others is about applying your energy to something different. Or reaching out to someone. I feel like you have someone in your mind that you could consult for some sort of advice. It could also be. But you're like back and forth about reaching out or not to this person for help or assistance. I'm not shown exactly why, but there's something making you feel maybe you shouldn't, maybe you should, a lot of indecision. It could be that the issue is like you could have a hard time admitting that you're struggling. So you might not want this other person to have that access, that information about you struggling. Or others of you, this is about you feeling like it would be like inappropriate or out of place for you to reach out to this person for whatever reason. But I feel like for those of you that, again, you keep your usual self and choices are about not asking for help, then probably that situation is coming about for you to learn to ask for help when you need that. And it could be through connecting with that person or other people that usually you wouldn't go to ask for help. I feel like some of you're also struggling because in terms of relationships, you feel at odds with someone. I feel here like there's something around family and family, like a family member or person being so dominant. You feel overpowered by family, or family relationships right now feel like very overbearing. I see a lot of things like building issues, problems, fears, doubts. You have to be careful because I feel like some of you are piling up so many things that you can feel like you're choking on so much unspoken, non-verbalized feelings and thoughts. Or some of you could be piling up so much that you can end up having like anxiety symptoms and panic attacks to let it all out. Or you can end up just reaching your limits very soon and end up saying things and doing things that feel a little bit out of character, wild for who you used to be or how you usually choose to do things. So you're a little bit like on edge is what I'm feeling. March can make you feel edgy. But I feel so much this energy of studies. So I feel like one of the ways in which you can help yourself and the quality and the tone of March is to get your mind into books. This is like a metaphor. Get your mind into whatever it is you want to know more about. I see you helping you so much. Ease on the stress, feel more empowered, feel more clear as well on certain things, and more disengaged with the mental noise, and use that mind to good use, constructive way, instead of letting your mind destroy you, take you down to a destructive path. And for those of you starting to feel anxiety symptoms in March, take that as a sign. For some of you, you shouldn't diminish or ignore symptoms of anxiety in March. It has a tendency to get worse if you don't do anything about it. Yeah, but I'm feeling like this strong sense of reach out. So reach out to someone. This could be like a message for you to reach out to a specific person, but it can also be like reach out to whoever you feel can help you right now. Even if you feel a little uncomfortable about exposing something vulnerable or something more a part of you, a part of your life that you feel is not so put together, reach out. Remember what I said in the beginning. Anytime you do something a little bit different of what your usual self does, I feel like that it's what will pay off for you, Capricorn, in this moment in time. I see you also feeling very suspicious, paranoid, I don't know, nervous. And for some of you, wow, Five of Pentacles is this card is in perfect alignment with the initial message of you struggling with finances, worried about finances, worried about lack, worried about things. Definitely there's money problems in your mind in March. As I was saying, I feel like you are a little bit suspicious and you don't trust easily how things are going right now. And I feel like for some, like the energy of love and romance is another headache. You have a lot of headaches here. In terms of love and romance, I feel like either you're dealing with a partner that it's very difficult on its tracks. It means like you're dealing with the person that is tough and is giving you a hard time instead of helping you. Because we have here the Five of Pentacles, and in this card is two people with headaches and struggling, but they're looking on different directions. So you and a partner could be dealing with the relationship with a very, harsh approach instead of a more, let's work together, let's fix this together, let's, compromise. And that could be the issue. But others of you are sticking to a connection that is like where there's this genuine sense of lack of love, lack of interest, lack of common compatible points, but you're in a connection for money reasons. For some, it's that case because we do have here the Five of Pentacles and Justice. Something preventing you from a divorce or a separation feels tied to finances or feels tied to fears of loss, fears of losing if you separate, fears of loss around anything if you choose to do what's right. Because the Justice is about you doing what's right, and then the Magician is you even doing what's right and then taking things a step forward, which was what I was saying. And another thing that this lineup of cards show me is that you are in a very neutral state right now, where energetically things can get better and you can manifest better, or you can manifest worse. That's why I said to take any anxiety symptoms seriously, because either it gets worse or it gets better. The Justice is weighing upon things and how you choose to use the Magician, your energy, your connection to knowledge, your magic, basically. But let's put it like your knowledge, your information. How do you choose to apply it, for good or for worse? You're being very, like your decisions are being very dissected right now and weighed upon. So it's one of those months where we want to make sure that we're, to the best of our abilities, making the right decisions and what's right. Now, what's right for us, especially. But here with the Justice is also what's right in terms of like being fair to all parties involved. So if you know you're not in love with someone, if you know you're being abusive, lying, cheating, deceiving, any kind of negative, stealing, any kind of bad energy, there's something you can do about it actually right now if you choose to use the truth to set you free. But also, if you're basing your decisions on fear, you're going to probably just have an outcome that is fear-based. The same way that if you choose to put life, energy, love, magic, creativity, something different, something new, something fresh into the picture, even if it feels a little bit, far-fetched, soon it will manifest. You have a very distinctive energy here. Look, you begin with 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, difficulty, struggle, and then you end with the Magician and the 4 of Wands. Beautiful energy, but in the middle there's Justice and there's King of Cups. Something's got to give is what I'm feeling. And for others, it's just about you being as careful and conscious as you can be in all situations that you are involved. Justice, when it's present, it's karmic. It's like a test. And it's like spiritually you're being tested. Are you going to do the right thing? Are you going to do the wrong thing? So in doubt, always choose this month to do the right thing, whatever that is. Because the truth here, it has to be, the justice here, it has to deal with the right thing being about the truth and the light and the hope and the abundance and the knowing of what matters to you. And being honest with yourself about that. And it could be that for some of you with the Magician and the 4 of Wands, you have not been using your talents, using your resources to the 4 of Wands, which is to your sense of structure, happiness, to your family, to your home life, to your relationships. There's something that has not been used properly here. The 9 of Wands also does speak to me about that tension and suspicious energy, paranoid energy I was speaking on. And again, it could be like you just don't want someone to see that you're struggling. But the fact that you could be so tense around this person or around environments tells on you. You might feel that people are easily reading into you, or at least you're suspicious about that, and you don't want people to see into you because there's something internally you're struggling with. Now, Justice, King of Cups. Some of you Capricorns could be dealing with a strong Libra energy or water sign energy. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Justice, Libra. There's something very karmic right now connected to your relationships. I feel like some of you could have a person that either did you wrong or you did something to them. And you can start to feel that there's a boomerang effect where you're struggling. You can like tie things together, like you're struggling because you have poor decisions you've made, or someone is struggling, or you might know it could become to your awareness that someone is struggling as well because of the bad decisions, like karma being paid here, a debt being paid. It's strange because I feel like for some of you Capricorns, that could be the thing you need to know throughout March, is that there's some sort of karma being served, delivered, justice. and that will set you free in a sense. So for those of you feeling very uptight, angry, with injustice, there's something like turning around in due time for you. And March already sets the record straight here. So things will fall into place if you're afraid of that. Money, work, relationships, home life. But there's something about you allowing yourself to make proper choices. So if you are very much on the fence or indecisive in March, that can be an issue. Actually, indecisiveness could work against you this month. I feel like it's a month where you're asked to be proactive. Take a step in a direction. Any choice that feels like it serves you, it's just and right for you, is better than none. Others are also suffering because you feel like you've let things go by, pass you by, because you didn't take a stand, because you didn't make a choice, because you didn't do something. It's like that narrative of not letting things pass you by, good things pass you by, just because the weather that day or that week was not as perfect or ideal as you thought it should be for you to take it. I see a lot of you've been undermining your own happiness, Capricorns, with work, with money, and relationships. It's almost like for some of you don't feel good enough until certain things are achieved, and it's like a never-ending list, because you achieve and it's never enough. Because it's not about the things, it's about you not feeling enough. So something happened here. You let something go, you let something pass you by, you're regretting, or you're recognizing that was like a bad decision. And for some of you, the bad decisions actually shown to me here are decisions you didn't make, for some. Others, there's a particular figure, as I said, this King of Cups, that could be also someone you should go to. This person will offer you fair, honest, just advice if you turn to this person for help. I actually feel like this person you're afraid to reach out to this person, but this person either already senses that there's something you're going through, so they already know, they read into you, or this person is not going to judge you or do anything with the information you give them. I see you like venting to a person, or end up like needing to do that about what's on your mind, the problems you have. And you can have more headaches as well as usual. That is also a symptom for you that things are piling up. Now, the good news is that you do have Magician and Four of Wands. As I said, if you're waiting for any deal on a home, it's going to happen. Maybe more into April, but it's going to happen. If you want to project some sort of good energy into a project or your business, changing things around will work really well. Like, it could be like changing the decoration, changing how you offer your services, how you promote it. It's going to work really well for you. And you could again be studying more about the niche of your own business, or how to market it better, how to do things that will add quality and something different to the work you're doing. For others of you, is you want to start actually your own business, but you have been very afraid of doing that. And that's what's changing, is the fear around starting your own business, because you keep bumping into either financial problems or work problems, and you're done with that and you're just going to take a risk. But it's like something, it's a decision that it's like taking something out of you to do, because you're afraid of the loss, of making a wrong choice, or even you're afraid of failing, which is valid. But I just see like receiving some sort of insight that's going to take you or lead you just into that notch of confidence you needed to make that happen. And you could be like getting money from a source to invest it in another, and that's gonna as well work really well. So Capricorn, I hope you have a great month. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.